It's funny. I always immediately start talking as soon as like we get past that first little horn blare of the music, and I'm like, maybe one week I should just not say anything and see how long I can go before Chris says something.
Was that it?
No, yeah, pretty much, yeah. It was like 7 seconds, but just be like, hey, are you all right? Welcome back to Outside the Cinema, everybody. I am gravel-voiced Bill, along with Slick Chris.
Yeah.
How's your hair slick back today?
That's true. I just got out of the shower.
Not like Slick Jackie B, but like who I traded texts with recently.
Oh, yeah?
Which is great. I hadn't talked to Jack in a while, which is cool. And it goes to show, as an adult, you can go a long time without talking to a friend and then talk to them, and it's not weird.
That's true. That's true.
Like some people I know that apparently, like, if you don't talk to them, like, in a, like, reasonable amount of time, you're not really their friend anymore.
Yeah. People have weird ideas and no comprehension that other people function differently than them.
Right. People are the worst. People are the worst.
Well, yeah, they're the worst people.
I went to hit the laugh track, but I had turned the audio down. So what I meant to be was like, people are the worst. But I had already either way, now the joke's blown.
No, it's
cool.
funnier this way, I think.
Whatever. If you're still listening to us at this point, those are the types of things that don't even you don't even notice them.
That's the show. That's how it works.
Yeah. Notice I got these new these color coordinated things for the studio here. I got this nice little this blue pod mic cover, and then the matching Rode blue, and then the blue here too. Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, not bad, right?
Who are you trying to impress?
Nobody.
Oh, okay.
I got all that Patreon money.
Oh yeah, yeah. I got a cable and a silicone sleeve
and a windscreen. Well, I was realizing, I think it was a couple weeks ago, I realized when we were doing the show, and obviously because I have all the software up in front of me directly, like I look at myself the entire time, and the color, I can't even show it to you now because I threw it away, but the color of the windscreen that I had on there, it used to be blue. Now it was this sort of green and yellow bluish thing.
It faded.
It faded severely.
Something, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'd had it for 4 years, probably 3 or 4 years. So I was like, okay, I feel okay about replacing this. And then I saw that all of my stuff in the studio is Rode now. So it's like the thing. I was like, oh, they have like matching cables. So I'm like, and they weren't any more expensive. So I was like, all right.
Good.
I'm like, I haven't replaced any cables in the studio in a while. So I'm like, I'll grab these. And it's for the studio, and I feel good about it.
All right.
And I was like, we have this is the stuff we have the Patreon for.
Right.
And then I used my personal card and didn't even so it didn't matter anyway.
Nope.
Hi, Bark. Let's see, what are you doing? Yeah. Anyway, on the show this week, we are doing 2 films like we always do. One of them is called Howl, which is a British-made werewolves on a train film.
Yep.
And then the other film, I think we had covered the sequel to this.
I think so. It seemed real familiar, but not.
Right, yeah. I'm pretty sure we did the sequel. Somebody gave it to us, I want to say, in either a Patreon pick or like maybe back when we did those Kickstarter picks when we did the Kickstarter. But I'm like, I know I've seen this character before, so I then went and watched the trailer for the second one, and that seemed more familiar. Yeah. So, but this was one of the ones that had come across, a number of times of like so bad it's good type stuff, and it is Psycho Cop, starring Bob Vance from Vance Refrigeration.
Yep.
So. I'm almost positive we had done the sequel, but we had not done the original, and I see why, after watching it, the sequel was the one that was suggested to us for somebody for us to do. So.
Exactly.
But yeah, so I have mentioned the Patreon. Business is slow with the OTC industry, so if you're interested on, I say that, which is sort of a lie, because I'm not slow. I've just got a lot of things that aren't monetarily taking care of things. So a lot of
it feels like it's dragging. And
I got a ton of stuff I got to do, but I've got like 2 or 3 projects that I took on pro bono for people because I'm, I'm too nice is what it comes down to. And of course, one of them ended up ballooning into something I didn't expect it to be. And I had already agreed to do it.
Okay.
You know, pro bono. And I'm like, now like, I know people that will go back and be like, hey, listen, this is a lot more than I thought. We got to talk about this. And I just, I just don't do that. I won't do that. I told you I'd handle it, not to worry about it.
Yeah.
But this one, I'm kicking myself in the balls for doing that.
Yeah.
So being a nice guy does not pay, as we have learned.
No, it doesn't pay, but it makes people like you.
Okay, it makes some people take advantage of you until they don't need you anymore.
Well, they like that.
They like to take people like to take advantage of you. But either way, if you are a listener of the show and you're not part of the Patreon, if you could at least take a look at it, be interested, even if you donate $1 a month or something like that. All of that money, as we just said, goes back into keeping the show alive, pays for our hosting fees, pays for equipment, just not the equipment I buy, apparently. And you can suggest films for the show. And I keep saying this, and it's just because I've had so many other things going on. If you have a suggestion for a top 6 list, actually, let me ask you guys this, and I'll put this up as a poll probably on the Patreon, is we have had a number of suggestions for like top 6 lists and different topics. Do you guys want those to be the episodes for like the week?
Oh, like the full okay.
Like the full episode, and we can put it out to everybody rather than recording it when Chris and I have time, which is proved to be pretty difficult.
Yeah.
Or would you rather have it go out to everybody? Or I mean, because we can do it. If you and I can sit down and be like, all right, let's figure this out. It's just it's on me to I'm not doing that for you, which is my fault and nobody else's. Because you're easy to work with, and just be like, hey man, so can we do this? And be like, yep, I can do it Tuesday at this time.
Yeah.
All I got to do is tell you. But yeah, if you let us know, because we can do regular episodes with like the top 6 list the way we do the show now. I cannot believe, thinking back, that we used to do a top 6 list and 2 reviews every single week.
And feedback.
Yeah. I mean, yes, the shows were 3 hours long.
Well, that's true.
But
we did cut that down to half the time, so.
Not even. Like, we go about like 60 minutes some weeks. Like, I think this week will probably be pretty quick because Joe's off this week, just so you guys know. Joe's on vacation. And Scott sent a segment, so, I mean, we'll have to deal with him. But, like, I think back and I'm like, how did we do that every week? Like, I'm assuming that both of us just had more time in our schedule.
I actually have more time now.
Fair.
Honestly, I feel like
You know what? So do I.
I have the ability to move things around more than I ever did.
That's what it is, yeah.
Yeah.
I work for myself now. I didn't have, and you work from home for a chunk of time now too. So
no, actually, I'm supposed to be in the building all the time.
Oh,
yeah, I'm off today, because I don't ever really take time off. Like most holidays end up on Mondays, and I work Tuesday to Saturday, usually Tuesday to the morning of Saturday because I've already hit my hours by Saturday.
Right.
But most holidays are on Monday, so it's always a deferred day off. So I lose them because I forget to use them because I don't really take time off.
Right.
I more shift things around so I can do the things I have to do when I have to do them.
All right.
But
so that
as long as everything's
conversation
working, then I can do whatever I need to, which is nice.
Yeah, that's fair. All right, cool. SpectopiaArts.com, quick update.
Yeah, my wife is going full tilt making products.
Dope.
I haven't checked in with her this week, which I should do. But I organized my entire Procreate program, which has like, I don't know, 2,700 pictures in there now that are done or being worked on. So there's a lot of stuff coming. I don't know.
You're fine.
I wasn't ready today to do this.
That's just do a quick update. That's
stickers, lots of stickers. Everything's going to be made into a sticker because stickers are more affordable, right? So let's go with stickers. And Halloween's coming up, and that's the perfect time for bats and ghosts and ghouls and gabagools and whatever else is going on.
Gabagools.
So we got a bunch of ghosts and stuff over at Spectopia.com. They were really cute, and we're gonna figure out More stuff in the future. We got a website address that redirects to Etsy, but we want it to be a website with like an art gallery and stuff.
I'm going to buy this guy very soon.
Oh, shit. Yeah, we just put that. That's our two main guys there,
Yep.
Hant and Ix.
Love it.
It's on the sleeves, too. Oh, she did a good job on that one.
Yeah. So if anyone's watching the video version of the show, there you go.
Nice.
I'm going to grab one of those. I've been looking for a maroon hoodie, too.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Oh,
pretty dope.
that is nice.
Guys, like if you haven't looked at this stuff yet, please check it out because it's really fun. It's very in line with the show and what we do. It's got nothing to do with the show. It's Chris's thing, but like it's in that world of like if you listen to our show, these are shirts and hoodies and things that you'll be like, "Oh man, that's great."
Yeah, it's like the family friendly side of what we do. So like
Yeah.
not to
Like happiness
like,
of the categories.
Sure. Yeah. No, it's the my shirts are the designs are like the opposite of the hardest hardcore stuff we watch. Like
Right.
Serbian film and stuff
Yep.
like that. That these are little ghosts and little devil dudes that realized what they were doing was wrong, and they now want to help the people that they were hurting. That's the basic story idea behind the whole thing. And I've told this story a bunch of times, but way back when Return of the Jedi was being made, Richard Marquand, the director, picked Admiral Akbar, that mask, off a table of monsters to be like almost the head of the Rebel Alliance fleet, or he is, or whatever, he's an admiral. And his reasoning was that kids need to know that ugly doesn't mean evil. And that's
True.
stuck with me for 50 years or whatever. And that's kind of what we're going for. These guys, they may be a little asymmetrical. They try to look cute, but they are who they are. They appear as who they are. And that's it. It's
Love
just
it.
be yourself kind of thing.
SpectopiaArts.com is the
Yes.
website. So
Hey, we
check
are
it out.
now international because we sold some stuff to, I want to say Sweden.
Load some stuff to Sweden?
Yeah. So thank you. I won't give out anybody's name, unless they say it's cool to do. But yeah. So we got 2 countries going on now.
Nice.
It's nice. I'm very grateful. And I know I sound like a robot when I talk, but I really am. It's very humbling. And I swear to God, the first day I see somebody I don't know in public wearing one, I'm just going to like attack them with like a hug.
A knife and
Yeah. Give me my shirt. No.
you son of a bitch.
Oh, yeah. So, and honestly, I think they're the only shirts I've worn to work in the last 2 months.
Nice.
Because I got a bunch. Because obviously, right? I
Because,
have to.
yeah.
Yeah. Got to get more stickers for the car.
Nice. Cool.
But yeah,
All right.
if you want to check it out, just go look at the pictures. They're nice.
SpectopiaArts.com.
I've
Check
had
it
the
out.
hardest time trying to figure out what to do with like the more realistic looking like pop culture stuff that I'd been doing.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I'm gonna frame it in a really dumb way. I'm gonna say that these guys, these little dudes, they're just learning all about art and music. And here's the pictures of the stuff they drew that they like. So
All
it
right.
kind of keeps it all together in the same world. Because like I can't have like a photorealistic painting of Greedo and then a doodle demon and be like, yay, they're equal.
I mean, you could.
I could, yeah. I don't know. It feels weird. It feels, just looking at it, one feels like there's more to it and the other doesn't, but both of them require the same amount of like attention to detail and design work. So,
Fair.
it's fun. It's fun. And when it's not fun, I won't do it anymore because
Makes
I'll
sense.
have 10,000 images stored up ready to go.
Okay, let's move into our reviews for this week. First
Yeah.
up, 2015 British film, Howl. That is not correct. Damn it.
That was the trailer intro music.
Yep.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. This is your guard speaking. I'd like to welcome you aboard the 2359 service to Eastborough. Tickets, please.
I see you take it, please.
Thank you.
It was such a great night. You should have been there.
driver. Seems we hit something on the line. We should be on our way shortly.
We seem to have broken down just outside Eastborough.
What does the driver say?
Is the train broken down or not?
He's working on it.
The station can't be more than, what, 2 miles walk? We follow the tracks, we'll all stay together. I don't see there'll be a problem.
What is it?
Run!
Back on the train, everyone!
Go! It's coming!
Just leave her! She's gone!
We're just a train full of bear bait.
It wasn't a bear. Bears don't howl. It's back.
Please don't kill me. No.
That's a pretty good trailer for this flick, I say.
Yeah.
I say. Yes, 2015, Howl, directed by Paul Hyatt. Paul Hyatt is a special effects guy. A lot of makeup department stuff. He's worked on stuff like Attack the Block, Doomsday. Let me just roll through here. I know those are the two off the top of my head that I know. He worked on Citadel, Woman in Black, Flutter, Blitz, Your Highness. I mean, tons of special effects work. There was one I remember. The Descent Part 2.
Okay.
The Red Riding films. Eden Lake. That's what it was. Mutant Chronicles. Yeah, I mean, the guy's worked on a ton of special effects. So I knew going into this that the effects would be good. He doesn't do all the effects in this film, but like as a special effects guy, you know you're gonna hire a solid effects guy. So Howl is a very simple story, and as I said at the top there, it's essentially werewolves on a train.
Yeah.
What it is, you got your main guys. Joe is your main guard guy. We've learned right off the bat that he's put in for a promotion at the train company and he was denied, and we got an asshole that's his boss that's like, yeah, you're just gonna work another shift. And he's like, well, I've just finished. He's like, yeah, you're gonna go work.
Yeah, and that guy doesn't care because he's got football money.
Right.
Watch the movie and you'll see.
You'll get it.
It was nice to see him, actually. I don't see him in enough stuff.
No, and he's really not but this is 2015, so you figure like,
Yeah.
I mean, that's it's Brett Goldstein, right?
That's it, yeah.
So I haven't actually watched Ted Lasso, but I've seen him in a number of other things, and
It
instantly
was almost the
recognized
same character,
pretty much.
just a little less angry.
Yeah, I've seen a little bit of Ted Lasso.
Yeah. It's not bad.
I'm a big football fan too, so I don't understand why I haven't watched it.
Probably because everybody said it was super good and you should watch it, and then your brain does what my brain does and says, yeah, I'll watch it when I remember I want to watch it.
Yeah. So, so he's forced to work an overnight shift, but he's kind of okay with it because the other girl that's working with him, Shauna McDonald, plays Kate, and she's pretty, and he's kind of, he's like, all right, fine. I mean, I'll make do of it. And this film shows, like the life of the guy that's the guard on the train. He's disrespected by a lot of passengers. He's respected by a lot of passengers, but then you have those assholes that just like can't take the time of day and they look down on you, and that's just kind of how it is. So this film starts off very simple in terms of him going and checking tickets. I will say that this they do a really good job right off the bat of letting you know who is which stereotype.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Because immediately,
that was helpful.
Immediately you've got the woman that looks down on him because he works a poor. He's a poor.
Well, let's call that for what it really is. She's yelling at him. We're talking about the one that can't find her ticket.
Yep.
Yeah. She's mad at him because she made a mistake and he needs her to fix it and she can't.
Yep.
So it's his fault. That's what it really is. So she uses class warfare against him to make him feel like shit because she's a moron.
Yep. Then you have
I'm on his side, by the way.
Then you have the guy that's the real uppity, high level manager at a company who just he can't even be bothered to show the guy the ticket. He's like, it's right there, you can scan it.
Yeah,
Fine.
he's Ty Burrell in
Dawn of the
Dead.
Yep.
Yeah.
Then you get the snotty young hot girl, who can't be bothered to stop talking on the phone, even though she's seated in a quiet section. And then immediately, every time he tries to do something, she's like, well, stop looking at my tits.
Yeah, and
starts calling him a pervert for no reason.
I was watching this with my family, and I'm like, good fucking luck seeing even the shape of her boobs, because she has on a scarf, a top, another top, and a jacket. And she's sitting there hunched over her phone.
Yep. Well, she just used it to get him to leave her alone.
Yeah. But that's it. That's all. That's what we're talking. All this shorthand to sell the person's personality right away. Because you don't have time. You got to shorthand all this stuff. So, yeah, it works.
Yeah. So a lot of these actors and actresses in this, like, if you're into like British stuff, you'll start to recognize them. Like, I know Rosie Day, who played Nina, who was the snotty girl. She was in some Doctor Who episodes, and I think Outlander maybe too.
My wife would know the answer to that.
Yeah. Elliot Cowan, who plays the asshole guy, he was in Alexander and he was in The Golden Compass. I think he's actually in the new Conjuring movie too, if I'm not mistaken.
Wasn't the older woman, was she on Game of Thrones?
Anna Marson, Napoleon, Wheel of Time. We might regret this. We were the lucky ones. No, I don't see her listed here for Game of Thrones.
She looks a lot.
Oh, The Witcher. She was in The Witcher.
She looks a lot like somebody else. I'm gonna have to let me see what I can find here.
Britannia, Coven. I mean, but she's been in a ton of stuff. Killing Eve. I don't see Game of Thrones here though.
I didn't watch Game of Thrones, so I don't even know if that's.
I stopped watching Game of Thrones. I never finished it.
I watched the first 4 or 5 episodes, and I'm like, this is okay. I wasn't. Yeah, whatever.
So either way, you get all of your establishing characters, and they do a really good job in the writing of this, of letting you know who is what type of character to a point that you need to know at that point. Because like the snotty business guy starts off when things start to go bad is like, well, he's going to be the hero guy, but you know enough of him already to be like, he's not really going to be the hero guy. He's thinking he's going to be. Yeah. But so the train is moving along, they're kind of just like doing their thing. Nick asks the other girl out, asks Kate out, and she turns him down, but like super politely, like she's not like rude, and like they're talking about how he didn't get the promotion and such and such. So the train stops suddenly on the tracks, and I don't know if you've ever been on a train or a subway that's had to make a quick stop. It is a very jarring thing.
Yeah, no, it's not fun at all.
No, like, and you fall forward. It happened to me on the subway once, and I was like, oh, well, I'm dead.
Yeah.
Like, all done.
Yeah.
All done. So, the drink cart gets knocked over, everything happens, and everyone's like, well, what the hell's going on? And the driver comes over and says, hey, listen, we seem to have hit something on the tracks. We're going to check it out. We're ready to go in a few minutes. Everyone just chill. So he's going up and down and being like, hey, is everyone, everybody okay, whatever? And like everyone is giving him back the same type of stereotypical stuff that he got earlier. Like the girl, the young hot girl, he tries to help her up and she's like, don't touch me, pervert.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, whatever, fuck you. Like
they're just reinforcing it before,
lots
the plot
of
kicks in.
How long is this going to take? I need to get to such and such by what time? And like a lot of that. So he comes up and he finds the asshole guy helping the I want to say stewardess. I don't know what the actual term for the train, but we'll say stewardess.
Oh, yeah, I don't know.
Helping her pick stuff up, and he's like kind of hitting on her and like being like all like, but he does it in this like really like slimy way by putting the other guy down in front of her.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like Nick tries to pick the card up and he can't pick the card up. He's like, get out of the way. Let me do this. Let me show you how strong I am.
Yeah.
Type of stuff. But so all this is going on in the train. They're stopped on the tracks. We get the shot of the driver go outside. We see that they've run over a deer.
Mm-hmm.
Tries to move it out, but then we hear growling coming from the nearby woods. And now the train is stranded on the track in the middle of a forest. And there's a point, too, where Nick says something. He calls in. He's like, oh, yeah, we're probably in such and such forest, blah, blah, blah. So you know they're not far from civilization, but they're far enough away that they're in an isolated area.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the funny thing about the UK to me is living in America and going on road trips for vacations, like, our concept of what a long drive is totally different, right? Let's see.
Well,
let me just double check here.
As a person who went to the UK recently and took a train ride from Scotland to London, I can tell you that, like, once you get out of the city, it is nothing but rolling hills for quite a long way.
Oh, yeah. But it's straight line, 554 miles, top to bottom at its longest point, the island.
Like, how many meters is that, love?
Meters? I don't know. But it's 8,860 meters.
How many kilometers then?
886.
Hey, bruv, tell me how many kilometers divided by 2 if you were going to go to Dublin and then also go back via the channel to France.
443.
Nice.
Yeah, because I can divide 8 and 6 by 2.
Smashing it.
Let me see something. Last year I went to Tennessee. To go to a giant screen, like screening stuff for. It was an industry thing, right? So I didn't want to fly. I drove. I did it one day.
I've driven to Knoxville twice in one day. It's not fun.
1,126 miles, roughly. That's 2 Englands.
2 Englands.
And so I drove the length of England 4 times.
Damn.
And that was just 2 days. Like, I got to see a whole bunch of stuff, drove past DC, New York City, through Silent Hill, all that stuff. It was nice. Mothman country.
Nice.
All the way down, like, the Appalachian Mountains, or however you say that. I don't like saying it. So the U.S. Alps, I'll call
the Appalachians.
And, but it's funny, like, that's a long drive to me. But from here to, like, Philadelphia or Wildwood or New York City, it's like 8 hours. That's nothing, you know? My parents and I left my uncle's wedding at the same time. Well, a funeral, big difference. At the same time.
I'd say so.
In Philadelphia. And they took a plane and I drove. And I made it back before they did.
Yeah, that's why I don't drive. That's why I don't fly to New York. Like, you can be in Manhattan in 3.5 hours.
Yeah.
And if you fly, like, it's a 40-minute flight, but you're 2 hour. You got to be there an hour and a half to 2 hours ahead of the flight.
Yep.
Taxiing, landing, getting off the flight, and then getting either a rental car or if you're taking a taxi or an Uber or whatever to get to wherever you need to get to. It's longer.
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say, though, taking a train from Edinburgh to London was one of the most pleasurable, like, trips I've taken in a really, really long time.
That must have looked beautiful.
Oh, it was beautiful. I'll send you some of the pictures, man. Like, it was
nice.
It was awesome. Going through the countryside, right along the water at some points, and just really awesome. And the service we didn't buy like the most expensive, but we got the like lower first class or whatever.
Okay.
And there was food, and they were bringing drink, like just like when you're on a plane, more than when you're on a plane actually, because like now to even get a meal on a plane, you have to fly like more than 8 hours, I think, for them to even give you a meal on most planes.
So you can't go to California and get a sandwich?
Last time I flew to California, I got 2 snack services. If you could get like a snack box or one of those things, but you had to pay extra for it.
Yeah.
When we flew
that's
to
also partly
Amsterdam,
why
we got a
people
meal.
drive.
Yeah, we flew to Amsterdam, we got a meal, and it's usually the international thing. It's the stuff when you're inside the United States, they don't give you shit. But if you're flying, so we flew Delta, operated by Virgin Atlantic, maybe, or one of the. But it was a Delta flight booked through Delta, but it was run by one of the British airlines.
Oh, okay.
Maybe Virgin. I don't remember. It doesn't matter. But we got 2 snack services and a meal for an overnight flight. It was 7.5 hours. So, anyway, we should get back to the movie.
I was going to say, I just realized.
Welcome to Travel Talk, the new podcast
Next year,
by the UCC.
Next year, my kids are going to be 18 years old. They're going to be out of high school. They both have jobs now. And I think maybe next November, maybe my wife and I can finally go on a honeymoon. That'd be
Nice.
really nice. That'll be 2026, which means that'll be our 25th wedding anniversary.
Oh, dope. This trip we took over the summer was for our 20th anniversary. I mean, it was to see
very
Oasis,
nice.
but like we used it as like we'll do this for our anniversary.
Yeah. Yeah. We're either I haven't talked to her, but I know she wants to go to Hawaii, but also Ireland. So we'll see.
Here's the thing, man. The UK was fucking dope. I love Scotland. We went to Amsterdam, Edinburgh, and London. Edinburgh was my favorite of the 3. But what I loved so much about being out in the UK and in Europe was the train system. Like you can go anywhere, and be there within a couple hours. Like we were looking at the thing, I'm like, oh, we could get on this train and we'll be in Paris in 3 hours.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Like it's insane.
But you think about it, if you think about Europe, it's essentially set up the way the United States is. They're just countries instead of states.
Yeah.
So if
you're right. But, and you can travel
Texas,
between all of them.
Yeah.
Like unlike here where you have to go through fucking hoops and ladders.
Right.
Shoots and ladders, whatever. You know what I mean?
No, it's stupid. Hoops and ladders works better
Hoops
for
and
this
ladders.
stupid thing we got going on.
But like there's no like you get off the train, there's like no customs, there's no like you don't have to deal with any of that stuff.
Yeah. And it's also going to like West Virginia from Massachusetts. It is a different not culture, but it's different. It's different enough. So there are things that, I mean, and they have different dialects. It's sort of like different languages.
Well, it's just like the difference between like the accent you get in Edinburgh and the accent you get in London are like a Boston accent and a Southern accent.
Right. Yep, all the same language, so we're good.
All right, so we're totally getting off topic here. The movie, yes.
So they're in the train.
Yep. So the driver's outside, starts to hear howling and starts to hear growling, and then we get your classic like POV shot of something coming in on him and him being like, "Oh no!" like and like crunching bones and just like everything you want in a werewolf movie.
Stereotypical, yeah.
So now they can't find the driver. There's these things going on. They're like, "All right, we're gonna walk." They're like, it can't be. You heard in the trail. The guy's like, it can't be more than 2 miles to the station. We just follow the tracks. We'll be fine. But as soon as they get outside, they start to hear the howling, and then goes to take a look with the flashlight, finds the dead body of the driver, and he's like, we got to get back on the train right now. And this is where everyone's true colors start to show. So the guy who had been like super helpful and was like, oh yeah, baby, let me help you out here. Let me take care of you, was like, fuck you. I'm all out for myself. You can all fucking die out here. I don't care.
Yeah, and then that did not surprise anyone.
Right. And I'm not going to say this film is like written really, really well, but they do a really good job of getting everyone what you thought about them was either like, okay, yeah, this is like what it is. Or you were like, okay, this is not just they're not a bad person. They're just like, maybe they were having a bad night or whatever. Like the girl with the ticket, the woman with the ticket, like she comes across as she was just having a bad night and she took it out on him. And like,
yeah, she pretty much says that, right?
For the most part, yeah. But it's a really good job because, and we'll talk about this when we get to Psycho Cop. And we've said it many times when we talk about specifically about slashers, but it really goes across the board because this is not much different than a slasher. Even though it's a werewolf film, it's the same thing when you got a group of people that are isolated that are trying to survive.
Yeah, 10 Little Indians.
Yep, you got to get those characters. You got to give me something on those characters. You don't have to like super flesh it out and like give me like a full backstory, but like I need to know who this person is, why they're there, and what is their role they're playing. You can't just be like, oh, this is Jimmy. He likes to drink beer.
Right.
And then you kill him, and you're like, well, I don't care that Jimmy died.
Yeah.
In this, they do a good job of, oh, I don't care if this person dies, but I don't want to lose this person.
Yeah. Back in 1986, James Cameron showed us exactly how you do that really fast in Aliens.
Yeah.
And why did we care that Washington died? Because he had the grenades. That's why.
Yep.
And that's it. He was a background character in a group of extras, but they gave him an important role. So we remember his name. You know all of their names because they did such a good job with them. Smart ass, woman that stands up for herself in a room full of men, whatever you want to, you know.
Yeah.
And as they go on, and you know who your surviving characters are going to be, they put more dimensions into them. But yeah, sometimes you just need a game over guy to like move the story.
100%, man. 100%. So now shit's starting to hit the fan. The old woman with them is the last one to get back into the train, and something grabs her by the leg as her leg is sticking out the door, tears her leg up, bites or whatever. They bring her in. Now, we all know, I mean, we're not spoiling anything here. We all know that they're werewolves. The film's called Howl, for crying out loud.
Yeah, and it has the most stereotypical wolf howl right in the very beginning. The one that goes, ow, 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 ow.
Which is fine. When you use it properly, it's fine.
Yeah, but when I hear that, or I hear the gate squeak from Resident Evil, and it's just like an overused sound, like the Wilhelm scream.
Yeah,
like my disbelief just rolls its eyes when that happens.
Fine with it. It really doesn't bother me.
It's just because it's like, hey, wink, wink, look, we got one of them in here. Yeah,
what I will say though is they used that stereotypical howl, but then when we finally do see the werewolves, they don't look stereotypical.
No, they're different. I'll give them that.
So as the special effects guy of our team, let's talk about the wolf design and the special effects in this.
Yeah,
what was your thought? Well, I was saying, what's your thoughts like with that first reveal?
My first thought was, that's not finished.
The transformation, you mean?
Wait, what are we talking about?
The first time you see the wolves.
Okay, so I want to answer this right, but there were a bunch of quick flashes. You see a face, you see a what, and then I don't know which part you're asking me exactly.
I'm talking about that on the train. The first time you get that full look.
Yeah, I thought it was odd.
Different. Yeah.
Like
this is good though that you're putting it this way.
Physically uncomfortable.
Yeah.
To see. Huge. Absolutely huge. And like jacked enough for two Arnold Schwarzeneggers, it looked like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then the face threw me off. That's what really made me go, oh, what? Because it's not a werewolf face.
No, it's definitely more human. Actually, you know what it kind of looked like? We'll go back to my favorite horror movie of all time, American Wolf in London.
Yeah.
In the famous transformation scene, the part where right before you see David's face change to wolf, that's what these werewolves look like.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's off-putting, but in like I thought, at least for me, I thought it was good because it was different, and it was like, this is not just a wolf, like a wolf from the woods attacking. Like, this is there's something fucking very wrong here.
Yeah, and with David's werewolf, you see a dog, you see an animal. With these, you see that like they're looking around. There's something like obviously the human eyes come through the makeup, so you see that there's something in there. They can think. There's intelligence and. Intelligent animals are pretty scary. So, especially when all they want to do is eat your face.
Right. And
So
the
that
interesting,
the human, the more human it looked, I think that's what made it more disturbing, because
yeah,
there's no like, oh, that's just a monster. No, that's a fucking person.
Yeah.
You can see it.
yeah.
You could see they were a person.
This
So,
is not just a wild animal that's on the hunt.
Yeah. Ugh.
Yeah, it's and there was a lot of things about the whole like, oh, what's the word I want to use? Like the mythology or whatever of this film, where they don't really give you anything. And
No.
we've talked before about how sometimes that's fucking terrible. Sometimes, like, I need more. But in
Yeah.
this one, they raised questions in me as I was watching, and I was like, whoa, I'm like, is this like happened before? Like, how come nobody's addressed it? And like, do these
Yeah.
things just inhabit this section of the woods, or like, what's happening? And then also there's a point where, again, minor spoiler, one of them gets on the train and they manage to kill it. And it doesn't turn back into a human form like we usually see in a werewolf movie. When they die, they turn back to their human form and they're like, oh my
Yep.
God, what have I done?
Yeah, and they
No,
thank you
it
for
stays,
killing him
it
and all
stays
that.
wolf. So is it one of
Yeah.
those things where, is the full moon really part of this, or do these people just transform into these things and now they are these things? Like, they stay that way. Like, they don't
Yeah. Sorry.
they
go
don't
ahead.
answer any of those questions.
Yeah. Do they attack larger targets when the moon's out, when it's a full moon, because they can see better?
Maybe.
So
I
they
mean,
can
there's a
take
lot of
on
questions they
smarter
raise,
prey?
but they don't answer them. And that's, and in this movie, it works.
Yeah. Sometimes I hate that. Sometimes I really
most of
like
the
that.
time I hate it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So as the story moves on, it plays itself out like you would expect it to. They kill the one, and then we realize that there's more than one, there's more than two, there's more than three, there's a lot of them. And then we also slowly see the old woman that got bit changing, and we get some nice character stuff there with the husband. Even though he sees that she is no longer his wife, she's something else, but like he won't let the other guy kill her. Because it's still his wife, which is what I think any of us would probably do.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, I don't want to call anything typical, but that's typical zombie movie behavior. So it tracks for me. It works.
So, and as things kind of conclude themselves, you have your asshole that's managed to survive the whole time. He gets really good comeuppance at the very end of the film, exactly the way you would want him to. You get your final girl that gets herself out. Now, I had texted you asking if you heard of this, and you thought you had maybe heard the title, but you didn't remember. You hadn't seen it, right?
No, and I remembered the title because there are literally 50 movies with this name.
Yeah, it's very true.
So.
All right. Well, you know what? Let's just grade it. All right, 2015's Howl. Chris, do you recommend, and what is your grade?
I am going to recommend it, but I am going to say that you should probably watch this at night or in a room with very little light because it's super dark.
Yep. Purposely. It's not a bad copy or like poorly lit. It's very deliberate.
Yeah, they lose power. They're in the middle of nowhere. There you go. Yeah, so that's not really a negative, but that's just a pro tip, I guess. So, yeah, I'll recommend this. It wasn't what I expected. I like when when monster movies play around with the idea of the mythology and they take it and they make changes, but not stupid huge changes for the sake of changes, like stuff that'll make you go, wait a minute, what? And that's what happened with not turning back and them not speaking, or we get to see something of a transformation, and it's not at all what we would have expected it to be.
No, it's a slow process.
Yeah, and it's painful, but it's also not the typical way werewolves are made. So the whole thing, the whole way they took this, I was pretty satisfied with all of it. I really thought this was going to be, since I didn't know very many of the people in it, 10 years later, I thought, this isn't gonna. But no, it was. We're not talking Train to Busan emotional levels of stuff in it, but it is better than Snakes on a Plane.
Mm-hmm.
it's not. I can't even say it's fun, but this little main character dude just wants to do his job and be friends with people. I mean,
yeah, he's a good every guy.
Yeah, and he really does look out for everybody on the train. That's his responsibility, and it's nice to see a good, meaning character. So that was a nice change. So I'm gonna give it a B. I'd probably watch this again. I could do this in a double bill, watch this and then Game of Werewolves right after.
Was that the Spanish one that we watched?
Yeah, the comedy.
That was good. That was a really good one.
Yeah.
Okay, then. Well, I mean, I'm pretty much right on board with you. I'm going to give it a recommend. I really did. I enjoyed it. American Werewolf in London is my favorite horror movie of all time, and it's really tough. I'm really tough on werewolf movies. Like we've seen some really bad ones, like when we did the Howling series, and like, and then there's just a lot of really poorly made ones. And I'm a firm believer that if you're making a werewolf movie and you don't have the money to make a decent looking werewolf, then don't do it. Just change it to something else. Don't make it a werewolf, because there are a few things in low budget horror that look worse than a bad werewolf. And it can ruin a movie. So when I got the reveal of these interesting looking werewolf characters in this, I was very pleased, because I'm like, oh, okay. I'm like, it's familiar, but different.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which you don't get a lot of in this genre, because I think we don't cover a lot of werewolf movies because it is such a minefield of really just bad stuff. But I remember when we did Game of Werewolves, that was his Patreon suggestion, and it was excellent. And this is, I agree with you. This would be a good double bill with it to give you a lighthearted comedy and a hard-edged one that play off each other very well.
Yeah.
I think the acting in this is pretty good. I don't think there was anyone that didn't play their part, well. I'm not going to say that this was like Academy Award worthy or anything like that, but like very solid acting, I think, for what everyone was given to do. Satisfying comeuppance on the characters you wanted to see get roasted. Nice heroic stuff from the heroic characters that you wanted to see them, like, they're going down, at least they're going to go down in a blaze of glory.
Right.
And very well done. And it moved quickly. It was just over 90 minutes long, and it never felt like it stayed too long, and never really got irritating. There's a little bit of a slowness at the beginning of it, but I feel like it was an intentional pacing thing, so that way when things ramped up, they ramped up hard and just kept going.
Like this is his boring life. This is how it feels.
Yeah. Like he has to deal with shitty customers every day. Oh, boo-hoo. Oh, wait, there's fucking werewolves? Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's different.
Yeah. So you gave it a B. I'm going to give it a B plus, man. I enjoyed it. I really did. And I'm going to give it one of the higher recommends that I've probably given for films we've done this year. Enjoyed the shit out of it. It's on a number of streaming services. I watched it on Plex.
Me too, yeah.
And the copy on there was Blu-ray quality, so
yeah, it wasn't bad.
Really solid. Yeah. So there you have it. That is Howl from 2015. Now we're going to go back to 1989, and we're going to talk about Psycho Cop, starring Bob Vance from Vance Refrigeration. Now let's see if we got a trailer for this, because I don't know if we do. Gonna find out in just a second. Psycho Cop. Yeah, we got one.
He is here to protect and serve.
Looks like you need a policeman.
His job is to safeguard the innocent.
What was that?
Pursue the guilty.
Yeah, everything's under control.
And uphold the law.
Nothing to worry about, miss.
There are good cops.
Officer?
And there are bad cops.
I said hands in the air!
But be thankful there's only one.
Police Officer Joe Vickers.
Psycho Cop.
At your service.
He's the judge, the jury, the executioner.
You have the right to remain silent!
Now, Terror has a badge.
Looking for me?
Psycho Cop. He always gets his man.
Shouldn't run from the police.
And everybody else.
Oh, man. I want to watch that movie.
They didn't make that movie.
No. I want to watch that version of this.
Yeah.
Psycho Cops, directed and written by Wallace Potts. You might remember Wallace Potts from Psycho Cop and Psycho Cop Returns.
That's where I remember him from, yeah.
Yep, and that's really it. He worked some crew on some other films. Sharky's Machine is extra, additional crew and stuff. But in terms of his directing, it's really just the 2 Psycho Cop movies. So we did do the sequel to this at some point. And it's because of Bobby Ray Schaefer, Robert R. Schaefer, a.k.a. Bob Vance, Vance Refrigeration, that somebody was like, you want to see Bob Vance in a cheesy slasher? And I remember liking Psycho Cop 2 quite a bit. But after watching this one, I'm not sure how they made a sequel. Because, spoiler alert, this movie is not good.
No, it's not even close to good.
It's the longest hour and 27 minutes I've watched in a really long time.
Yeah, it feels like a giant warning of how to not write and deliver dialogue. The dialogue in this movie not only sounds terrible and is super cliched, but it's read so poorly. It's just awful. There's one point in the beginning, and there was a pause intended to be in the sentences that this woman says, but she says something along the lines of, yeah, so are we going to see this place? And by the way, you never told us how it got paid for. How did it get paid for?
They took some money out and played the stock market.
Yeah, they did. But the way she asked it was like she just all her lines at once, which everybody does in this. Yeah. It's the most cliched, this is what I think these kids would say kind of shit dialogue.
Yeah, and they do... So this is kind of funny because with Howl doing a good job of establishing your stereotypical places and pieces of the story here, this one does it, and it's like, so all the kids they're all like snotty yuppies is what they're supposed to be. But it's weird, pointless shit. They're driving in the car and they're all drinking beers and they drive by a cop and they're like, why is he gonna pull us over? We didn't even do anything. It's like, you're all fucking drinking in the car.
Yeah, it's like they have to talk.
We didn't break any laws.
Fill the space. They couldn't talk about movie shit. They just complained, and that was an instant nah, fuck you guys.
Yeah, and then they're going to a secluded house in the woods, and they're on dirt roads and stuff. And then the house they pull up to is a fucking expensive mansion in Linfield, Massachusetts.
It's less a house than I don't know. A fancy campground cabin.
It's like a mansion.
Kind of thing.
It's like a mansion.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Why are people sharing rooms in this if there's 25 bedrooms?
Who knows? The caretaker shows up because they an on grounds caretaker that has a feathered mullet and two different shades of denim for his clothing is usually something that happens. He shows up and is murdered almost as quickly as he shows up. And the idea here with Officer Joe Vickers, Bob Vance Refrigeration, I think that character has a lot of potential, and they find that potential in the sequel, I think. But in this one, they just have him so deadpan and so I don't know if I want to say stereotypical, but he's the killer in the slasher movie. So
he's a haunted house bad guy. That's
kind of a good way to put it, because he just regurgitates his lines and everything is something that a cop might say.
Yeah, and then he just laughs afterwards.
I'm here to protect and serve.
Yeah.
Everything's under control.
It got really annoying. I'm not even going to say it bored me or anything like that. It just got, is that the best you guys can do?
And it's almost even more frustrating because they do set the character up well. They're there's this maniac cop. Sorry. There's psycho cop, maniac cop.
Yeah, careful.
There's a psycho cop out there, not a maniac cop and not derivative of that movie in any way, shape, or form.
No.
Out there killing people. But it's not Joe Vickers, somebody else who's actually also somebody else that was a serial killer, but somehow managed to infiltrate the police force. Okay, yeah, well, we'll buy that, sure.
You know what? You know what? I've seen the police. That's not an unseeable thing,
especially in 1989.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, they had to gear up for Rodney King, right? So they knew that
they were getting ready for it. Yeah.
Get a bunch of those people.
But so like his character, like they go hard and let you know that he's a Satanist, which okay, cool. Satanist impersonating a cop. All right, this all sounds great. But then just his presentation is just so like boring. Like
this movie was just insulting. And I think the thing that really insulted me in the end was how they fucking wimped out. Oh, I'm going to give it away. Okay.
I'm gonna
give away the secret at the end because no. He's not a cop.
Nope.
He's a mental patient.
Who's also a serial killer.
So like the whole premise of the movie is fucked. Like, oh, we should make him a mental patient so the cops don't pull me over after we make this movie. That's how it felt. You know?
Yeah.
Like that movie, The Interview, that Seth Rogen and what's his fucking face did. You know, they back off at the last second or whatever. Or
yeah.
Maybe they didn't. I don't know, but I know there was a lot of talk about that. But appeasing certain groups never sits well with me when you're doing it just to save your own ass. You have something to say, fucking say it. And then if you get shot in the neck, that's your own fucking fault for being a Nazi.
There it is. I was wondering how long before we get to that.
I was really trying not to.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to fire you for your opinion.
Good. My opinion that we should shoot Nazis in the face? Okay. Yes. Weird stance, but okay.
Anyway, getting back to Psycho Cop, it's not good. Plain and simple, it's not good. It's poorly written. There's this one point where you remember the caretaker, right before he gets killed, he gets axed in the head.
Yeah.
Like they show him and he goes like this. He goes, oh, it can't be. It can't. What does that even mean?
I don't know. People in movies die stupid. Like, the first thing you see is like, oh, well, look at the defensive wounds on the hands, right?
Yeah.
No one in horror slasher movies have any kind of defensive wounds because they'll sit there, they'll put their hands up, they'll shake their head side to side and scream while they're getting speared with an unloaded spear gun through the chest. So
that's my death in a movie.
That would be funny. I hope it's
extreme jazz hands.
But yeah, this is just this was hey, I know what a slasher is. Now the most offending part of this whole thing is this movie came out in 89. Right?
Yep.
If it was 82, maybe.
Well, it wouldn't seem so derivative of everything else that has come before it because it really just feels like a ripoff movie.
Yeah, it's RoboCop and Nightmare on Elm Street 4 put together pretty much.
But it's funny though because I do remember enjoying the sequel because if I'm not mistaken, the sequel took place in like an office building during like a Christmas party or like a bachelor party or something like that. And he comes in and starts knocking off all the people at the party. And I remember like had like it doesn't sound like so fucking ignorant, but like it had like strippers and like prostitutes. Yeah. So he's like knocking off all those characters along with like the bro-y like office guys. And I remember it being much better written because I remember the jokes actually being funny and hitting. Where in this they don't.
Yep. It does look like somebody believed in this and they could make the second one bigger and better.
Yeah, and Bob Vance he's not the problem.
No.
Bobby Ray Schaefer's not the problem.
The way he was directed to play his character in the first one, I think, is a bit of a problem.
Agreed. He should have been like, this isn't good, though.
But he probably most likely did what he was told to do.
I would think so, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, let's grade it. Chris, do you recommend Psycho Cop, and what is your grade?
No, I don't recommend this, like, even a little bit.
No.
It's almost a parody, but it's like Neil Breen all of a sudden being, in the middle of it being like, oh wait, I don't make cult movies. I got to make this a legitimate thing. And then they just made it a straight up slasher instead of a parody. Come on. Like,
yeah, there's
a lot of room for social commentary and all kinds of stuff. And there really wasn't anything. It was just, fuck you, hippies, yuppies, whatever. So, D-. I will never talk about this again, except probably on this show.
Yeah, I mean, not to be boring, but I'm right there with you, man. This was terrible. And I love slasher movies, so like when there's a really bad one, it takes a lot for it to be like really, really, like, for me to like, this was bad. This was bad. I cannot recommend it. I can recommend the sequel if I remember. I might rewatch the sequel.
I might.
Just to, because it's on all the same services as this one was.
It does say that it's a horror comedy, which I
but is that like after the fact?
Because part 2 was a horror comedy,
just
right?
like The Room is a black comedy.
Yeah.
No, it's not.
Yeah.
But no, this is not good. I'll go D- also. I'm not going to fail it because they finished it. So.
Yeah, and he gave it everything he had.
Yeah,
he really did. I'll give him that. He before he decided I should sell refrigeration stuff. He was sincere in what he was trying to do. It was just not the direction I wanted to see it go in.
Agree.
Like, dude, come on. Everybody can hear you laughing. Stop laughing. You can give yourself away.
I'm just here to protect and serve.
Now, if you knew he was an escaped mental patient before that might have made more sense.
It might have. It might not.
Because then he would just find, the oath that cops take to be amusing.
Yeah.
That would have been something.
Yeah, it would have been something.
What do I know?
It would have been something. And speaking of something.
Yeah.
Here's Scott.
Are you ready for a bad joke? Of course you are.
Yeah.
How many more Conjuring movies do you think I want to watch? None.
Yeah.
I don't get it. Anyway, I didn't want to watch any more Conjuring movies either, but I did anyway.
What?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
With Reverend Scott.
Iced baby.
Hey there, Bill and Chris. This is Reverend Scott.
Hello there.
Hi.
Anyway,
how about I pull back the curtain a little bit this week? Joe finished up reviewing Conjuring films several weeks ago, only for a new Conjuring film to get released the first weekend of September. How awkward. And I thought to myself, maybe Joe can watch that shit, so I don't have to. But he had already moved on to another shitty series. And despite me having no time for that shit, Bill asked me to review it anyway.
Yeah, I don't know that much about his person.
Yeah, I called him and asked him.
Okay, good.
So here we are, The Conjuring, Last Rites. God, I hope so. Let's talk about it. I'll preface this by saying that I'm not a Conjuring franchise hater overall. I rather enjoyed part 1. As for Annabelle, The Conjuring 2, Annabelle Creation, The Nun, Annabelle Comes Home, The Conjuring, The Devil Made Me Do It, and The Nun 2, there's a few highs, but mostly a lot of lows. I would get more specific, but ain't nobody got time for that. Plus, you can just listen to one of Joe's reviews or watch them your damn selves.
Do the work, people. Do the work.
Yeah. But if you had your counting toes out during that list of quote-unquote Conjuring universe films, you'd realize that this is the 9th movie in that universe. And somehow, they're still making money. Last Rites having the biggest opening weekend in the whole franchise, apparently. Somehow, despite them all being quite derivative at this point.
Very derivative.
So this time on The Conjuring, we see a young Ed and Lorraine Warren, played by not Patrick Wilson and not Vera Farmiga, in 1964. Lorraine is 9 months pregnant or something around there. Despite that, she still has an excellent work ethic, and they're investigating a haunting at what looked to be the same shop Randall Peltzer got Gizmo from in Gremlins.
Maybe. I mean, it could be. You never know.
Lorraine encounters a haunted wooden baby mirror that causes a vision, and she suddenly goes into labor. Will the same mirror return and become the movie's MacGuffin?
Maybe. Yeah. I'm just saying.
In a surprisingly well-shot and oftentimes scary and tense scene in the hospital, their daughter Judy is seemingly stillborn, only to miraculously recover through the power of prayer, I think. I only spoil that because not only is Judy in most of the rest of this movie as a young adult, but the character has been in previous films already anyway. So get off my back, will ya? No. Next, we fast forward 22 years and get two separate stories that eventually intersect. We have Ed's birthday, which begins right after Ed gets some bad news from the doctor about his failing heart, resulting in the Warrens deciding it's time to finally retire from ghost busting, or whatever it is they do. So anyway, his birthday party is raging and involves a lot of people, but the two most important are his and Judy's very nervous boyfriend, Tony. You see, Tony is looking to propose to Judy, but wants the very intimidating Ed Warren's permission. It's one of the few kind of lighthearted and actually pretty funny running gags throughout the film, with Ed kind of leaning into his little power dynamic that he has over Tony as Tony desperately tries to gain Ed's respect.
Meanwhile,
we meet the Smurl family. Their daughter Heather is having a party for her confirmation, and Grandpa gets her a big old present that he found at the Mogwai shop in Chinatown. Want to guess what it is? It's the haunted wooden baby mirror. Of course, it's the haunted wooden baby mirror.
Shut up, man. Don't tell me my business.
The Smurl family quickly starts to see apparitions such as a creepy old lady, and a creepy young lady, and a creepy big dude wielding an axe. And after only a few of those and some floating dolls later, Heather says enough is enough. She gets her sister to help her in an unprecedented act of pure logic, and they throw the mirror into the trash. And we watch it get thrown up in the garbage truck and smashed into pieces. But that night, one of the daughters starts to throw up pieces of broken mirror, and the hauntings continue to plague the family even worse. Up until this point, the family is kept to themselves about their little ghosty problem. The parents want the kids to keep it a secret.
You can't tell anyone yet, but I want to.
Eventually, the secret is out, and before long, the street is littered with neighbors and media vans because it's like 1986 and there's nothing fucking better to talk about. Father Gordon, who was previously at Ed's birthday bash extraordinaire, remember that? He visits the Smurls. He drops some holy water bombs and nopes right out of there.
Hey man, where you going?
Well, Father decides it's time to drive off to the local diocese for permission to exorcise the fuck out of that house. He figures if anybody can convince them, he can. Well, old Father Gordon can't, because he must have left the Smurl house with a bit of that demon in his pocket, because he gets attacked right at the diocese in a cool yet confusing scene where he ultimately follows the lead of the other clergy in The Omen and jumps into the huge stairwell with an electrical cable around his neck.
Tell me why.
Excellent question. After his funeral's over, Judy goes to the last place Father Gordon was known to be and stumbles upon the Smurl family. And eventually, her boyfriend Tony and the Warrens followed to make this their last rites, because that's the name of the movie. You see, Judy has the same mystic psychic powers of paranormal sight that her mom claims that she has and probably really does in real life. And ever since she was in the womb, the demon in the Smurl house has wanted a second crack at getting her back. I don't really need to explain anything more about the plot. You know how this goes. We spend the whole film building up to the crazy Haunted Mansion Disney World third act. They save 75% of their budget for Annabelle dolls and ghost grannies, and it goes buck wild.
Okay.
Michael Chaves, I think, returns to direct this after his prior Devil Made Me Do It sequel. Patrick Wilson and Vera Farmiga are all in on this one. They do a pretty good job. Mia Tomlinson plays a wonderful Judy, and Ben Hardy is pretty likable as the fiancé, Tony. Spoiler alert, they do get married, and there's a really cool scene of Judy trying on her wedding dress in this claustrophobic 360 mirror room that shit gets fucking wacky, and a few faces from previous films like the mom in part 1 and the original director James Wan show up in the wedding scene near the end. Oh, and the real Tony Spira and Judy Warren have cameos near the beginning of the film, too. We get a few memorable scenes, like one with the very large Annabelle climbing through the house in the shadows, and the ghosts were pretty creepy, but it just had a lot of problems overall. There's a possession that happens, then just kind of unhappens quickly after, even though it seemed like it was the whole point of the whole haunting. A lot of the explanation of what was happening was just kind of non-existent. But to be honest, I could let most of my gripes go if they had just cut about 20 or 30 more minutes out of this movie and tightened up the pacing a lot. This felt longer than Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and that movie was like 5 hours long. So many scenes felt like they were stretched out to increase the length, but this wasn't some 81-minute slasher flick just skirting by to hit feature length. This movie was 2 hours and 15 minutes long. Sure, you might get a decent, memorable scene, but following right behind it was just something you didn't want to see. Kind of like the movie equivalent of
some guy with a bad ponytail.
I gave The Conjuring Last Rites a fair shake. It does feel like it wraps up the Warrens as fictional characters pretty well, but at the same time ignores anything bad they may have done in real life, with a text blurb at the end mentioning that they were controversial. Yeah, no shit.
Oh, you think?
Yes.
Yep.
So if you've seen all the rest of these movies and you want to cap off the Conjuring universe, then I recommend you go see this, Joe. But it's probably worth just waiting for it to show up in 2 weeks on streaming. And I give The Conjuring Last Rites a C+. Well, that was more talk about The Conjuring than it really deserved, but I think your review of He Never Died last week was exactly what that movie deserved. I too have seen that, and I too am a Henry Rollins enjoyer. I really liked him in the movie Feast. Remember that one?
Oh, yeah.
I give the movie He Never Died a B+, and the review also gets a B+. As for Iced, I think one of your quotes from last week sums it up.
All right, fuck. This movie's been bad anyway. So, sure, I'll go along with that. That's cool.
You said cool, and the movie is iced. Anyway, I give that movie a D, and the review gets a B+ as well. And that's all I got for this week. So until the next killer wooden baby mirror attacks a family in Pennsylvania, peace and love, guys. Outside the cinema, watch it live on Twitch so you don't miss out on any of the fun.
Some great sex scenes where people are humping each other's legs.
What the fuck?
I don't think I realized this until right now, but Joe gives the films that we've reviewed a grade even if he hasn't seen them. He just gave that film a D, but he's definitely not seen it. Anyway, thank you guys for hanging out with us. We'll be back next week with 2 more reviews. Head over to patreon.com/outside the cinema to support the show. If you got any suggestions or anything over there, you can just post them through the messages there. Check out spectopiaarts.com. Follow Chris and I online at Cthulhu and at OTC Bill. And thanks for hanging out with us and listening to us talk shit about movies.
Yeah.
Cool. Everyone have a good week.
Okay. Bye.